Oh, hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk.
Mostly drunk. Mostly drunk.
Always encouraged, but never mandatory. I am Jedi Master Grayson, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host and brother, Bill. How you doing?
Doing great. Please drink responsibly, ladies.
Yes, please
drink responsibly.
I am so excited, man.
Might have to say all that over because we turn the music down. If you did hear what we said, yeah, do that. And if you didn't hear what we said, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button right now because, you know, we're up in this bitch and you're about to have a blast. About to have a blasty blast. I'm having the best day of my life because you know why? We are going to be talking about comic books. We're going to be talking about the new Apple TV Plus series Pluribus. Are you laughing at how you said Apple?
No, I was laughing because I was like, I'm not sure I knew how to pronounce this word. Apple TV Plus series Pluribus. And as always, we are talking shit. But talking shit is always better with friends.
It is.
Yeah, it is. He's practically family, but y'all just hate him because he's light skinned. What is up, Davis Teller?
Not much. It was interesting because it sounded like you knew how to say pluribus just fine, and the word you didn't know how to say was apple.
Apple. Yeah. I was thinking about pluribus while I was saying apple.
Oh, no, I absolutely get it, and I'm absolutely going to shit on you for it.
It was amazing. It was an amazing time. It was the best of times. It was the best of times.
It was the best of times. It was the best of times. But to be fair, apple's like a really hard word to pronounce.
Apple. He said apple.
But
do you prefer melee? Apple in Italian.
Yeah, see,
no big deal.
It's much easier. A lot less consonants. We should do a little bit of house cleaning before we get into the nitty and the gritty. Yeah. I want to remind you guys to tune into the Bantha Bunch every Thursday night at 8:15 Pacific time. 8:15 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
Hosted by your favorite cousin, Bill. Bill, what are you guys going to be talking about this week?
Man, this week specifically, we're going to be talking about it. Welcome to Deary. Dairy. Welcome to Dairy. Deary. Welcome, my dearie. Come on over.
Hello, my dearie.
Bantha Bunch Show at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time on in all seriousness. Come on over.
Yeah.
Come on over.
In the words of the eternal Christina Aguilera. It's a crazy show. For sure.
Please come over.
I need to catch up before Thursday so I can hop in on the conversation because it is definitely a wild show.
You trying to jump on the bandwagon, huh? Let's see what's going on. Trying to jump on the bandwagon.
But yeah, guys, definitely check that out this Thursday at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. Jump into the chat. You know, it's a live show, so it's always fun doing the discourse with the fans through the live chat. I also want to remind you guys to consider perusing through our merch store where we have hats, hoodies, shirts, mugs, and all kinds of cool stuff with our stupid name on it. You can get a cool hoodie like this. We got the Drunk Banthas podcast inspired by the Cracker Barrel.
This is actually officially Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel actually changed their logo to this.
They changed their logo again. And here it is.
Yeah, customers have been very confused.
It's kind of like HBO. They go to Max, then they went to Supermax, right? Then they became
they went to Super Cuts.
Then it became a Super Pack, and then it went back to HBO again.
Yeah.
This is what they're doing. Soon to go back to Cracker Barrel, but for now,
this is
this podcast.
But yeah, guys, definitely check that out. Go over to the store tab on our YouTube channel, on the Drunk Banthas YouTube channel. But yeah, we should go ahead and move on to our next topic of the night. I keep thinking, is there anything else we should be talking about? I guess you guys should check out my new review of Fantastic Four, The First Steps. That video is out right now. As of now, it seems like it's getting about one view every 24 hours. But no, I was really enjoyed that movie and really enjoyed putting that review together. So if you guys are interested in that movie, it just dropped on Disney Plus. You want to hear some thoughts on it? Check that out. And I also got a review of Predator Badlands coming soon. That movie was interesting. I'll let my review speak for itself.
You're gonna do the review.
I am gonna do a review of that one. That one should be dropping this week for members only. Next week it should be ready for all you normies. But keep your eyes peeled for that.
That's crazy.
Fantastic Four sucked.
Yeah,
take over.
Yeah, it's getting towards the end of the year, so y'all seeing a little bit more news popping up out of here. But we also got to pay some bills, Alex.
Oh, that's right.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Have you ever watched a movie from your childhood and thought it doesn't quite hold up like you remember? Well, then you would enjoy our bi-weekly series, Does It Hold Up?, where we revisit classic genre films with a special guest to help us determine if it is as good or as bad as we remember. It's a whole lot of fun, so you should check it out.
Please check out the Drunk Bantha channel. They clearly are ready for being seen at a higher level.
Back to the show.
Yeah.
Such a fun show. We got some great episodes of the can right now. If you want to check out our review of 1994 Fantastic Four,
Best movie ever.
The Chris Evans Fantastic Four for the early 2000s.
Please
and of
go
course,
over
the
there.
sequel, Rise of
Yes,
Super
actually,
Sith.
that one's down. It's down.
Oh yeah, that's
down,
right.
right.
That 1994 one, it got taken.
It got taken down. Give us a second. It's going back up. Just gonna probably sue this dickhead.
Yeah, that guy is apparently fucking with a lot of people.
And in the meantime, just review Deadpool and Wolverine. Spoiler, you got him there too.
Yeah. If you think Universal can't stop us,
Right.
you're gonna fucking stop us. You stupid bitch.
Stupid fucker.
Got another fucking thing coming. Got another thing coming. I don't know that fool.
I don't know that fool.
Sorry, I got a little.
You're good.
Get a little excited there.
Got a little excited.
That's fair. That's fair.
Got a little hot under the collar.
We should move right along into the nitty and the gritty. We got 2 episodes of Pluribus to talk about later.
And it's a long show.
It is. It's
pretty
dense.
good.
It's
pretty good.
Dense as a dying sun. So
I also just meant it's longer than a half hour.
right.
Oh
yeah.
Well, yeah. But I think Alex was talking about some nasty. No.
We're talking about this.
But before we get into that, let's take a quick stroll down Jeff's comic book corner.
Yeah.
Jeff, what comic book are we going to be talking about tonight?
We are back to Thanos Wins. And when I saved my photos for issue 2, there were 13. So we're doing issues 2 and 3 because I can get through fast. All right. So you'll remember when we left off, it was just young Thanos finally meeting King Thanos. And this one doesn't quite pick up there. This issue picks up kind of giving us a little more information about King Thanos. So we got our cover artwork, which obviously is always gorgeous. But then the first page is fucking awesome. It is this celestial body of Thanos with all the stars and everything around him. And it gets a bit poetic. Starts talking about how in the Eyes of Infinity, everything like birth and death are the same thing. Infinity's so big that they're one and the same. Like the meteor that killed the dinosaurs, those dinosaurs were dead the second it went outside its orbit. A guy that's shot and killed, he's dead the second that bullet was actually made, at least in the Eyes of Infinity. So it's telling us that the universe was dead when Thanos was actually born. And then we go and we see, on Titan, that moon of Saturn, that Thanos was born to a race of Eternals. And they tell us that it wasn't when Thanos was born that the universe was doomed. It was when his mother looked on his mutated form and first spoke his name, because she had a name for him all ready to go. And then when she looked on him, because he doesn't look the same as anybody else from Titan, she just says Thanos. And people would ask her where she came up with the name, and she said she didn't know. It's just the second she saw this monstrosity that was her child, she knew the name Thanos. It was a constant. It was the only thing. Because when she looked into his eyes, she saw death. And 12 years later, Thanos would end up killing her. So from there, we go through and we do a quick recap of Thanos' past, seeing all the people that he fought against, the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Hulk, getting Galactus, the Collector, all of them. But then we see Thanos' future. And what it is what happens from the Thanos that we know that led to him becoming King Thanos. And we see him destroying everything. He destroys Atlantis. He destroys the X-Men, Captain America. He ends up blasting King Thor and taking him out without even trying. We see him killing the Guardians of the Galaxy. We see him taking out all these different people, even taking out the Hulk. And then we see, as Thanos stands on this desolate world with all these dead heroes, we see the Celestials even coming after him. So he's standing there in the ruins of the city while these giants are coming up towards him. And in the foreground, we just see all of the creatures he's already taken out. Galactus, the Watcher. Thanos has killed them all. And as the Celestials get closer, we see that Thanos has a captive, Black Bolt of the Inhumans. If you don't know, Black Bolt's power is his voice. Black Bolt's voice is so strong, if he were to speak at a normal volume, he could shatter a planet. In Old Man Logan, there was a T-Rex that had the Venom symbiote on it. It was running towards him, and Black Bolt just whispers, "Stop." And it shreds the Venom symbiote. It destroys it from a T-Rex. So Thanos, while these Celestials are coming at him, takes a blade, drives it into Black Bolt's gut. And then we see just Black Bolt screaming as his voice annihilates all the Celestials. And the only words on the page are Thanos wins. From there, we start coming back to the future, which is the present in this story. And we're in Thanos' cathedral where he's sitting on a throne of Galactus' head in a tower made of celestial bones. And we see his eyes again, and we see nothing but death in his eyes again, as they call him the Lord of Ash, the King of Nothing. And then we see him get his ass kicked. As young Thanos is pissed and just bam knocks King Thanos down. And as they're getting ready to go, the Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider, gets in front of him. He's like, no, stop. And then something unexpected happens. King Thanos says, please don't hurt him. And while he's doing this, young Thanos is grabbing the Rider, lifting his head, and the Rider's like, okay, but I'm literally unkillable. I'm already dead. I've been to hell. It was fun, but I'm back. And young Thanos is ready to try and crush this skull, test whether or not the Cosmic Ghost Rider can actually be killed. And I'm sorry, that's when Lord Thanos says, no, please don't do it. And as he's saying this to young Thanos just looks at him with contempt, drops the Rider, and beats his ass again. The next thing we see is King Thanos literally getting shot out of the temple onto the ruins of this world. And you'd think he'd be pissed, but he's actually getting up and he's just saying, magnificent. And now young Thanos and King Thanos, they're going at it. Young Thanos is like, Thanos doesn't say please. Who are you? And he tries beating him, but King Thanos, without even trying, just shoots him and just destroys young Thanos. And in that moment, young Thanos is like, that power, that feels like Thanos. And that's when King Thanos convinces him, because he calls him Dione, which is the name that their mom gave him when he was that she wanted to give him. That she only told him as Thanos was killing her at the age of 12. So now young Thanos knows Lord Thanos is him. And Lord Thanos, he's like, what do you want? What do you need? And Lord Thanos is like, I lost someone and I need your help to get him back. And young Thanos is like, who? And King Thanos just says, who do you think? As we see this giant statue of death, Thanos' one true love. That's the end of issue 2. So straight into issue 3, it starts with the Ghost Rider's skull taking up the page and explaining the penitent stare. Is literally the Ghost Rider looks you in the eyes, shows you every sin you've ever had, and it's so overwhelming. People claw out their eyes. People beg to get torn to hell. It's this horrific thing, and they show Thanos with having the penitent stare turned on him. And as he's looking into the Rider's face, he sees all these horrors, everything he's ever done, every sin he's ever had in his entire life. The problem is Thanos, it's not making him sad. He's literally smiling. He's happy. He's having a blasty blast. And from there, we see young Thanos and King Thanos, and he's like, you do this every morning? And King Thanos is like, yeah, it's the best. And he's like, young Thanos is like, okay, I guess I see why you keep this fool around, which is hilarious because the Ghost Rider with his skull in Thanos' hand is like, I can still hear you, right? So King Thanos tosses it over his shoulder as he's walking off. He's like, I'm going to grab breakfast. Ghost Rider's picking his skull back up. And at this point, they start talking, and young Thanos is like, what is it? What is so big that you needed me here? You're stronger than I am. And he says, King Thanos is explaining, he's killed everyone in the universe that he could find. He needs to take out one more person. And this person he does need young Thanos' help with. He needs to take out someone called the Fallen One. And at the speed this guy's going, he's going to be here tonight. And young Thanos hints that this is a herald, a fallen herald. So anyway, King Thanos is like, I need to go meditate and prepare. And as he does, the Ghost Rider is gathering up all the leftover food, and he's like talking to young Thanos. He's like, he gets like that. I mean, you're you. And he's like, you know what? I totally should have thought. I'm gonna go feed the dog. Do you want to come with? And so they start walking down to to a dungeon, I guess. And then we see the dog. It's the Hulk. King Thanos broke the Hulk's will, keeps him as a pet, and feeds him leftover scraps of whatever he can find. So Cosmic Ghost Rider is talking to young Thanos. He's explaining everything to him as he's tossing slop to the Hulk. And he's like, oh, man, you should have seen it. Like, you should have heard Rogers when we threw him in there. And Thanos is like, Rogers? He's like, oh, yeah, we fed him to the Hulk, all of that. And he's like, man, you wouldn't have recognized me back then. I was a totally different guy, Now I've, but then you spend, a couple centuries in hell, and then a couple more being a herald of Galactus, and then the rest of it hanging out with, you, and, you tend to go a little loopy. And Thanos goes, Ryder, do I know you? And the Ghost Rider goes, oh, my God, I'm sorry, I was so rude. And he turns to him, and he holds out his hand and goes, Frank Castle, nice to meet you. This is the Punisher turned the Ghost Rider turned the Herald of Galactus. So after that, Thanos goes, no, I don't know who the fuck Frank Castle is. And he's like, oh, you son of a dick. Anyway, so young Thanos goes back to find King Thanos, and they start quibbling, whatever you want to call it, fighting, bitching at each other again. And King Thanos pulls this flaming sword on young Thanos. He goes, oh, that's the sword of Surtur. That's his Twilight Sword of Doom, which you'll remember is the guy that destroyed Valhalla. And Thanos goes, King Thanos says it used to be his. He's so strong. He literally has the weapon of the guy that destroyed Valhalla. So now they're talking, and he's like, how did you even lose death? What are you talking about? And King Thanos is like, I don't know, like 100,000 years ago, something like that. I killed some weird gold-looking dude, Aaron, I think. And that's where young Thanos is like, do you mean Adam, as in Adam Warlock? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's the guy. Well, after that, she just kind of looked at me and walked away. And then since then, the only other person is the fallen one, and he's like, I can't believe you're so afraid of this one man. And then the entire building cracks open as King Thanos goes, oh, no. I think you're confused. Because, and as he's standing there waiting for this onslaught to come with the sword of Suter in his hands, that flaming sword, he just goes, the fallen one isn't a name. It's a title. And that's where we see what the fallen one is. And with this horde of monstrosities following behind him, coming at both Thanoses, is Silver Surfer Black. And that's the end of issue 3.
Nice.
Dope. Oh my gosh.
I was so happy when I realized the one issue wasn't enough, and I got to tell you guys Frank Castle's Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yo, that was a sick couple of issues, man. I've never really rooted for Thanos, and just for him to just wreck shit more.
Right.
It was cool seeing like old Thanos and young Thanos like hanging out and just being sadistic
To each other.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because old Thanos can't really he can't kill young Thanos, but young Thanos can kill old Thanos all the fuck he wants.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess that would have to be weird though, knowing that's how you go out. Just gonna spend your whole life thinking, man, I kill myself.
Unless the act of killing him changes the timeline.
He's like, I kill myself if I ain't love myself so much.
Yeah.
But I'm a real asshole.
So there's
Dealing with myself.
two
in
more
50 days.
two more issues in this storyline. The next one explains how Frank Castle went from just regular Frank Castle to this. It's awesome.
Dope. Yeah, I have so many questions on how Frank ended up being Ghost Rider, but I'm not mad at him picking up the mantle on that.
Yeah.
And now I just actually want to see just a whole Frank Castle Ghost Rider run.
Can we just
Cosmic
change
Ghost Rider.
It was so good that the author Donnie Cates got pulled in to write some more just Cosmic Ghost Rider stories.
I can change the thumbnail right now.
Can we just talk about Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Cosmic Ghost Rider. I can change the thumbnail. I just
Plus, it's so cool. He's got a motorcycle for outer space. Come on.
Yeah, like that's just pretty fucking rad.
a surfboard in outer space was not enough.
Sure wasn't.
We need a motorcycle.
We need a motorcycle out there too.
You need Hell's motorcycle.
If anyone's gonna if there's gonna be a motorcycle to make it at outer space, it's gonna be Hell's motorcycle.
You goddamn right. But guys, listen to the comments.
You have
What
to say goddamn when you're saying not like what you're like. You do have to say it.
Yeah, you have to say it.
You have to say it.
What up, Fifth Bantha? He's jumping in the chat. Thanks for watching, bro. Thank you, everybody who's watching tonight. Just in case you're just tuning in, we just wrapped up Just Comic Book Corner. If you've been watching this whole time, let us know.
From Twitter, I guess.
Oh, okay, right out.
Oh, interesting.
Hello, Twitter family. Thank you for joining the show tonight.
Yeah, the fam.
What's up, twatter?
Get some of that twatter. What up there, twatter?
But let's go ahead and get into our last topic of the night. We were talking about the Apple TV Plus series. That's right. We are we are talking about Pluribus episode 1 and 2.
Oh, sorry.
Pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Opening for a series. Vince Gilligan did say in an interview that he felt like the story was a little too dense for the pilot to be the only
Who's
one
that?
to come out this
What are you
week.
talking about?
Vince Gilligan, that's the creator of the series. He also created Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
You don't say. I never would have guessed with where he started the show.
Oh, no.
Albuquerque.
Yeah, Albuquerque. of all places.
Oh, see, no. I thought you were gonna say the writer of the sci-fi television series X-Files.
That is true. He was.
He's a sci-fi writer.
Yeah, he started out in sci-fi, like on X-Files. That's really how he got going. And I think that the
Who pays the
episode that
bills?
he wrote had Bryan Cranston in it, if I'm not correct.
Of course.
If I'm correct.
Hey,
Then obviously Bryan Cranston went on to be the lead of his
Malcolm in the Middle.
incredibly popular show.
mediocre, not well known show.
Yeah, nobody really talks about it.
Pretty
That's,
unrecognizable.
yeah. Nobody really knows about that show. But it's
I
called
mean, I
Wolverine.
disagree. The Power Rangers movie, while it wasn't the best, it was okay.
That's a hot take.
But yeah, this was a crazy show. I'll go ahead and just like get into the opening of the first episode. We Are Us. Astronomers detect a radio signal from space that spells out an RNA sequence. Over a year, researchers reproduce this sequence in a lab, but an outbreak occurs one night, causing those infected to act collectively, spreading the virus through their saliva. Gross. Meanwhile, romance novelist Carol returns to Albuquerque after her latest book tour with her manager and partner Helen. During a night out, Carol notices everyone around her begin suddenly convulse, including Helen, who collapses. Carol rushes her to a hospital, finding that the city is overrun with chaos and destruction along the way. And Carol is alarmed to find that everyone in the hospital is infected and knows her name. So this was a very creepy way to open the series. Immediately very intriguing, but also immediately confusing. What did you guys think of just like the first half of this episode? And we get the moment where everybody's like, "We're just trying to help you, Carol."
Can I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
I was confused. Jeff.
I actually thought it started a bit slow. And by that I specifically mean like the first part of the first half. Because when we get the scientists, reading the data, and then when we get the book tour, it's like, okay, and then we get the scientists back in the lab, it's like, dude, I get it, but I hope this isn't the way it keeps going. Thankfully it did not. And then it was just 100% like screaming at the TV, like, it's not dead. It's playing dead. It's an alien virus. Stop being stupid. Like I was so angry at those dumb motherfuckers. And then he takes her out of the.
Yeah, that was very dumb.
Also, I think her name was Shannon, Sheila, Sarah. I don't know. The girl, the first woman in the book signing line. She's a bitch. Just read the fucking book.
Just get the book and get the fuck out of here.
She was getting the book. Don't ask about the spoiler. Read the fucking book.
Yeah, I know. Just get the book and get the fuck out. Like, who is like? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't. You know what?
I've gone to several book signings. I have told them, "Thank you so much. This is one of my favorite series," and then I fucking left.
Yeah, just keep it cordial, man, and keep it moving.
It's like
maybe don't have him sign a sword.
It's like meeting a professional wrestler and asking him about his whole storyline and like his real.
Yeah.
So is it on site?
On September 18th, you said you were from Ohio, but on September 31st, you said you were from Indiana. And I'm just wondering about the inconsistencies in your backstory.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. I went to a couple of house shows. No,
and Vince Gilligan, obviously, being creators of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, I'm sure he gets these kinds of questions all of the time. And he actually
think about that. That's a good point.
And like he mentioned in an interview that actually one of his reasons for making this show is that he wanted to make something that's very different from those shows, because I think he didn't say it in the interview, but judging by the scene and the way he's interacting or she's interacting with all these fans, you could. It seems like he's just kind of tired of talking
Just a
about
little-
those shows. Like, let me make another really good show, very different.
Little art imitating life.
Yeah,
Maybe. I feel like
Maybe.
it's partly like that's probably cool. That's probably right. You know, interpretively, that's probably cool. I mean, it'd be cool if that's right. It's probably right. But I think that it's more so just to set up that she's an asshole. Like she's just a terrible person. Like
Yeah,
you
you
know
are
what
what
I
you
mean?
eat.
And therefore she's basically the perfect antithesis to what is basically trying to consume the world, which is
Pluribus.
happiness.
It means many.
Happiness is trying to take over the world. And
No, it's not.
I mean, as far as like I'm simplifying, oversimplifying, but I'm saying like happiness is trying to take over the world. Positivity, wokeness is taking over.
Wokeness. They were all woke. I'm telling you, they were all woke. No one knows where they came from. They said it was a signal. No one knows.
yeah. It's,
But yeah, I think that it's like she's the perfect antithesis to this storyline as far as that goes. So they just make her like this person who can't stand being in a good mood. She can't stand anything being positive. She's talking even when they get to the bar with her girlfriend / publicist. They're like talking, and she's like, "Damn, girl, you don't want to just be happy some goddamn time." Like, shit, I feel you. Them people are weird, but. Jesus, like, you know, like, can't we just drink a beer and be rich? If this motherfucker, you rich as hell, like, you know. So it was this little bit of, to me, like this little bit of, not necessarily the people who are immune have to be negative, but to me, the reason she's the antithesis to the happiness is what I'm gonna call it. Because what do we call it? We don't even know what to call it.
yeah, it's not necessarily.
Pluribus. Pluribus means many.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the whole, like, okay, so I'm talking about the process.
Actual,
like the what do you mean? What
the
do you
actual
mean?
virus, like
Yeah, like the virus, like the not like the pluribus is like
Is the
we were
group
talking-
the
it's like the
infected?
hive mind or whatever. Yeah,
right, the hive. You know, pluribus is the hive. I'm talking about the virus that would make you into the hive.
yeah, they are
Like considering
virus.
it has to actually take hold of you, I'm gonna put it in the category of virus-ish, and I am going to and until someone actually
The H virus.
right, because there are people who are immune. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it's a virus, right? Because there are people who are immune for some reason, and which they said we haven't quite figured that out yet, but we're working on it.
Right. Or why it seems like a percent, and we'll get to this later, but why a percentage of them end up dying.
But yeah, I mean,
It's pretty high
I
percentage.
was gonna say you fall out of a goddamn airplane. I mean, an airplane fall out of the sky. Goddamn.
Well, no, I meant the like.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. We'll get to it later.
Yeah,
but
because I have a
did-
theory about that too.
Yeah.
Because
But I do think it's just an interesting concept of altering someone's RNA as opposed to DNA, and just like the fact that I don't know, the fact that Vince Gilligan even
The vaccines.
came up with this
DNA.
DNA.
Are you talking about dinosaurs?
And like we were alluding to earlier, Helen soon dies after she catches the whatever. We're going
The
to
H
call it.
virus.
Did you say the?
Did you say the H virus?
The H.
Oh, the
Oh
H
no,
virus.
I just it sounded like
So
AIDS.
So in Resident Evil, we've got the T virus. And
Right,
you were
right.
Bill, you were calling this happiness. So
Yep.
it's the H virus.
I'm here for it, brother.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
just hate that the StreamYard
No,
cut your voice out because
Yep.
it damn sure sounded like AIDS. But I'm upset that you didn't say AIDS because I was going to laugh really hard.
Simulation Presents says Pluribus has one of the greatest premieres of all time. That
Agreed.
is
I was
bold.
going to ask if y'all agree with that. But Jeff just said he agrees with it.
I would not. It's not like the most enjoyable premiere, but I really love.
I don't know, man.
No.
Oh, what's happening? We lost Jeff. We lost him.
Just going over there. Hey, why can't you just be happy? Join us.
I don't know if I'm ready to say it's the best of all time because like I really enjoyed it and I love the philosophical conversations.
It could
that continue in the next episode, but I mean, I've had more fun with it.
It could literally
I think I like Community more.
be terrible for the rest. It don't have to be how you feel about the show. It could just be the best 2 episodes of all of television, and then the rest of it could suck. I mean,
I'll tell you what, just having something unique is so refreshing.
Yeah,
but you know what? I will take some heed on that a little bit. You know,
Let's hear it.
because we're watching Apple TV right here. Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about an Apple TV television show, and
Correct.
mostly what we've covered on their shows are pretty damn original. You know, pretty.
Apple has been doing a good job with that.
Yeah, the stuff that they create has been really interesting. Whether it's something like Foundation or Silo that's based off of other property, it's still very unique to anything else that's out there. And shows like For All Mankind, there's like no shows that are made like that. That's like what I heard that is. I was
Can
like,
we have another season right now, please?
I know.
They just wrapped this year, I think.
Awesome.
So
I'd say what's
maybe
taking so long.
Maybe next year we'll be talking about it right here with y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah,
I'll check on that.
Helen soon dies. Carol flees to her house where she discovers a TV broadcast showing a man in the White House press room with a banner showing Carol's name and a phone number on screen. When she calls the man, the man explains that the virus originated from the extraterrestrial RNA signal and has transformed humanity into a permanently happy hive mind. He tells Carol that she and 11 others appear immune, but shares that the hive mind seeks to assimilate them.
For All Mankind, scheduled to release 2026.
God.
Yeah, you're right.
Guys, if you want to see why we're so excited about For All Mankind, go back and watch some of our episodes where we cover it on the podcast. We always have a great time. Simulation Presents says you have a lot of stuff answered. Cinematography next level, and the retro sci-fi score. The virus coming from space would be the thing the Lost creators would take and draw out. Yeah, that's another aspect of the plot.
No, wait a minute.
Just
wait, hold on. I
Lost
just want to take a
writers
second. I just want to point out that the Lost writers just caught a bullet in the back of the head while having a conversation with their priest. I mean, like literally nothing, doing nothing to no one, caught one in the back of the head. And also,
Disagree. We're all still suffering.
right, because if Lost had it, we would never get an answer to anything. Not this story.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
Not for the best 2 episodes in the history of television.
Yeah, when it comes to Apple TV Plus and Vince Gilligan, they have built up a lot of goodwill to where I feel like they're not gonna drop the ball on this. I feel like they know where this is going.
Vinny G, he don't like you call him Vince Gilligan.
Yeah, okay. You're right. He doesn't appreciate that.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. Friend of the show.
But are you guys because even after episode 2, when we get a little bit more information about the virus, I really have no idea where this show could be going, and that's kind of exciting for me. Like, Davis, do you have any idea where like possibly the show could be going, or like
no? Which I do not, and that's one of the things I'm enjoying the most. They asked the things, what's her name again? The shitty writer, Karen. No.
Carol.
Thank you. Carol asked all the questions we would have asked. Is this aliens? Is this mind control? Like, is it all this stuff? Like, anything I would have thought to ask, she asked, which I think is one of the smart things about having a professional writer as the main character, because she ends up asking the question. She is the audience. She knows how to write to audiences. so she knows how to come up with the plot lines. It's like the show Castle, which I also love. But anyway, but no, I have no clue what it could be, and that's exciting for me because I feel like just way too often even if it's a relatively like new idea or concept, I'm just sitting there like, oh, yep, shocking, it's a monkey's paw, or oh, okay, well, she walked in there, well, she shouldn't have left her, she shouldn't have crossed the salt, now she's going to get possessed by the demon. Like, everything's so obvious, so I like not having that.
Yeah, I agree with you on all but one thing, and for me, it is. Damn it! I forgot what I disagreed with you on, and it's not that it's
having a writer be the narrator.
Yeah, I just feel like she
asking the questions I would have asked
is not asking any of the right questions.
Well, what question would you have asked?
Well, she's not asking where did they come from. She hasn't asked how did
they told her, and then she said, "Are you aliens?" And they said no.
No. They've everything that they've told her has been because she's by chance come across it. She didn't ask them. They just have to. It's just by proxy.
Happenstance.
It's like happenstance and by proxy. It's like something happens, and then they have to tell her how it works within whatever it's inconveniencing her at that time. Because to me, it's like, hey, why haven't you just asked? Like they had to get to the point where she was actually on Air Force One before she asked about anybody actually having nuclear capabilities, or where is, like, there's a lot of questions that weren't asked until they got into that point, which that was episode 2.
Mm.
And
that would have been the first thing I asked. What are the nuclear codes? And then I would just been like, fuck you guys. Boop.
Right. And then the very first part of, at the very first part of the joining, which sounds kind of nasty, not gonna lie. But at the very first part of the joining, when all of them were following her home, she could have said, like, what are you doing? Like, why are y'all here? Like, what do y'all want? And she was just like, get the fuck out of here. She was like, I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker. Back the fuck up.
Silly white lady.
And so I was just felt like at first, like, we get certain questions that, eventually she gets to asking questions. But I'm like, why didn't she start asking them questions sooner? But I think it plays to just the fact that she is an angry person. Which
is her superpower.
Which is her superpower now, right? She's an angry alcoholic. And now
I've never felt so seen.
With your powers combined.
Also just shout out to Ray Seahorn, obviously from Better Call Saul, Vince Gilligan's last show. She is killing it. I think that her performance in both of these episodes were amazing, just stretching those acting muscles out. Simulation Presents said in the chat, he has a really interesting theory here. I think that this is a utopia-driven species that sets out a signal so that when they come, it won't experience resistance like an alien space cult. That will be interesting. They send out the signal to places so they can just basically assimilate them and like take over.
They're basically the exact opposite of Heaven's Gate. They're trying to come here, not try to get off on the comment.
It sounds kind of like if what he's saying is like he it's like an alien space cult, but in actuality, it's kind of like the alien species, like the alien movie,
like Xenomorph. Yeah.
So you take the Xenomorph,
but instead of doing it through violence,
it's doing it through happiness. Love. But we will need your personality and everything that goes with it. Maybe a few of your parents are gonna die, and definitely your grandma.
Yeah,
she cannot handle all of what we've got to fill her up with, so she gonna die. And so but my point being is, isn't this a little invasive? And they touch on this. They touch on this, but isn't this a little invasive?
The slavery?
The slavery part.
I'm curious how they're gonna get into all that later, because they really open up a lot of possibilities in episode 2. We'll get into it in just a second. But I'm curious how they're going to parse out the morality of taking over everyone at one's free will, but also not wanting to upset them, and how that's going to come to a head when, as they say at the end of this episode, they're still planning on assimilating her. They're just trying to figure out how.
Yeah, you know, we're a few months away from that. Don't worry.
Which brings us to our episode 2.
Wait, Jeff, did you have something?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I just realized, so like her getting upset and freaking out and them not wanting to make the two, her and Air Force fuck doll, choose, like the reason why it makes sense, because since they're a hive mind, they wouldn't have individual emotions. They couldn't.
Right.
They all feel the same things at all times.
Yeah.
So having these different emotions is very foreign to them. And that's also that's a really interesting concept.
It's hard being human, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just jump in this body thinking this is just gonna all be sweet. Coming out here, we got emotions, trauma, shit that we ain't dealing with that you can't even see on the surface. You get in here, it's all fucked up.
I love that meme where it's like the demon possesses you, and he's like, "Ha ha ha! Now I have you." Oh my god! And it's just like, yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Why does everything hurt? I'm telling you.
That's what I've been telling my doctor.
And then we get to episode 2, Pirate Lady. While burying Helen, Carol is approached by Zosha, a member of the hive mind.
Nailed it.
Who thank you. Who explains? I've been practicing. Who explains that all infected humans share one consciousness containing each other's memories, including Helen's. That's why they knew who Carol was. So any of them can speak for the whole. When Carol lashes out at her, Zosha convulses, and after recovering, Zosha reveals that Carol's anger overwhelms the hive mind and that her outburst killed many.
11 million people.
Only a couple.
11 million.
So, yeah,
no, she said it was just a few. It wasn't until she was at the dinner that she found out how many it actually was.
Right. No, I'm just telling him how. I'm just saying he said a few. I'm like, no, it was millions. It was 11 millions though for the viewing audience.
Couple, 2, 3.
Couple, 2, 3. I mean, they killed 888,447,605 motherfuckers.
Like, at that point, just say a billion, and that's a seventh of Earth.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
And look, so I'm just saying 11 million people. I'm not that bad.
Right?
Okay, and I did it on accident. I didn't do it on purpose. You know?
Yeah.
It wasn't my grand plan. I just had a moment outside with a woman who was taking human beings hostages.
Right.
Well, and an important part of that, so sorry to interrupt, is they said, as of this morning, people are still dying by the joining or whatever. Right. So, like, no one in the show caught that. And it's like, as of this morning is a very important qualifier right now.
Yeah. He's like, you phrased that very specifically.
I wonder how quiet the internet is.
Well, cell phone, they took down cell phone towers.
Yeah, but I just wonder, like, in my mind, I'm like having a Wayne's World. Like, what happens to Twitter when everyone's nice?
You're not. So there's only 11 people on Earth who would still need to use it. Everyone else can just send a tweet through their minds.
That's true. That's true.
Simulation Presents says, but they can't kill a fish. LOL. So I do like, obviously, like, a lot of this death and destruction, as they sort of mentioned, it wasn't intentional. You know, this is sort of just a collateral damage of the assimilation. But at the same time, like, now knowing that their actions can cause pain, like, you're still doing it. I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be like a moral dilemma for the hive mind at some point, especially as Zosha and Carol get a little bit closer, which seems like something going on there.
A little bit closer now.
Fifth Banthas says there are no individuals except the immune. It's all one voice.
There is no Peter. There is only Zool.
I mean, Rick and Morty did it better. I'm just saying. But I am curious what you guys thought of, like, you know, with this.
I am not mad at that. I got my head. I peeked up to be like, "What?" And then I was like,
And I was like, I mean, that.
So Carol's emotional outburst does have, you know, obviously a huge effect on the hive minds, catastrophic consequences. But
Terrible.
do you think that this is going to give
Catastrophic.
Do you think this is going to give her like a potential way to stop the virus if it is like this extraterrestrial super cult, Davis?
I think there's an easy way to stop the virus. Scream until they're all dead.
Bang, ding, 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 ding.
Honestly, the bigger question I have, is it that only Carol has this power? Or is it that the others are just weirdly fucking Xanaxed out?
I like how you said, does she have this power? Her power is just being a crazy bitch. I'm wild.
Have you not just searched the hashtag Karen? It's evidently a power. They're fucking crazy.
Oh man, yeah. I think it's a disease. I don't know if it's a superpower. Maybe it's a, you know.
So
I don't
you're
know.
saying it's like World War Z? She's already got a disease, so this disease won't infect her?
Bang. Bang.
You know,
I don't know if there's evidence that she was a Karen though. I think she's just dead ass having a normal reaction to what is taking place. And I also want to point out that she's not all the English speaking people that she's talked to, none of them are American. And I feel like it's a very American mindset to have, which is why people like to call us cowboys around the world, or at least they used to. It's very American mindset to have, like, we need to save the world. Like, we have to stop this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, so other people are like, no, but this is my son. No, but this is my husband. Okay. And some people might be open to hear what you have to say, but then you also have nothing that you can provide as an opportunity, an option other than this.
Yeah.
But so, because at one point they do look like they're a couple of them look like they're willing to listen to her, like,
And then she
All
starts
right.
killing their families.
but then all of a sudden, well, no, not even then. It's like the older people start kind of feeling like they want to listen to her, but she has no solution. So they're like, well, I'm just gonna keep doing this because this is kind of what's working out for me right now.
Yeah.
And you want to
alcohol.
go back to regular life? Like, I don't know if that's what I want to do either.
Yeah. For those who didn't watch the episode, Carol does demand to meet the five other immune English speakers, like you mentioned. Then Carol quickly discovers that the other survivors have accepted the new collective existence, despite their pleas to search for a cure. I do think, like, to y'all's point, like, I think that Carol is just in a unique position in her life compared to the other people, where they're in a better place to, I guess, accept this assimilation than she is. She kind of lost the only person that she cared about, and she was in a very weird place in her life, where she is a lot of American celebrities, where they are very rich and they're still unsatisfied, and they maybe don't like all the work that they put out. So I feel like that she's just very unique, and like that conversation was a great way of showing how a lot of people couldn't accept this, but how Carol is very different, and that's why her outburst, like, all of them have the capacity, I think, to have those outbursts that would affect the hive, but she's the only one who's uniquely sad.
Well, I mean, she's the only one who's American. Like, I think
that's what I'm saying.
she's just.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, you're absolutely right about that, but I don't know, like, I don't get how they didn't see what she was saying. Yeah, these are slaves. If you take everything from them and make them do what you want without giving them a choice first, that's taking away their free will. That's slavery. And they were all just like, no, it's so nice because look, my psycho child is still here, kind of. He's telling you about implements he would use on me in a gynecological exam, but he's still my slave.
Yeah, it had to be strange because we hadn't even had the sex talk yet. We haven't,
And now he knows more than I do.
Right? Your child literally has all the knowledge in the world.
The talk. My son know how to give an orgasm. I haven't gotten one since before he was born.
You think she got one then?
What what's really crazy about, I guess, first of all, I agree with y'all, right? Like, but I just feel like these ideas might be uniquely American in a sense because people don't look at a consciousness and existence as the same as a lot of Americans who could think of it more of a Western civilization type style of or Christian, mindset. As far as where existence is in any basic sense. Where it comes to, do you have a soul? Where do you go when you die?
Right.
How are we existing now on this plane? Blah, blah, blah. So there might be a little bit of like, disconnect there as far as where I feel like invested in whether or not my soul is here on this plane. And if I see us as one entity or one hive, when we pass away, what does it matter to me to exist like that on Earth? For instance, just I don't know, throwing it out there. This
felt like a good time for that job.
no, you hit the wrong one. You were supposed to.
This nigga got some $1 million words, don't he?
Yeah, so later,
No, so I mean, just how do you feel about that? Well, Jeff, you look like you're about to say something.
Just I think the other part to realize is also in a lot of the cultures that we were seeing, we definitely saw. So it looked like an Indian culture and maybe a Chinese culture, and the younger girl, I think she was a Hispanic culture, all of which it's
American,
very common to live with the older multi-generational households are a much more common thing as well. So I think that might have also made it a bit easier because like, oh yeah, whatever, mom and dad are always around. Why wouldn't they? Even though this is happening, mom and dad are still here. So like, I think that a part of it was also like the idea that Carol's on her own. She's not living with, if her family, her nuclear family is still around, she's not living with them. I think that's a part of it as well.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that.
Yeah, they did a really great job of showing all the different characters. And in this scene, like you were mentioning at the dinner table, where we find out that everybody in the world is vegetarian now. Enraged Carol.
Well, I want to touch on that because they're not. But continue.
Okay. Enraged Carol triggers a second deadly global seizure, prompting the other survivors to abandon her. Then the very hedonistic Kamba tells Carol he plans to travel to Las Vegas with Josha as a sexual companion, but he requires Carol's permission. We talked about this a little bit earlier. This character Kamba is basically very quickly, I guess within 11 hours, saw an opportunity to become the most powerful man in the world and has a harem of women. He's just basically the most disgusting man on earth. I can't imagine what he was doing before this started. But
this is what happens with an incel when no one can say no.
yeah. I imagine this guy's life was absolute dog shit before this. And he just saw
I think we're gonna get this.
I at least hope it was.
I think we're gonna get a little bit of that at some point, like a backstory, or like one of the episodes that shows just what these people were doing before all this stuff happened.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
At least I'm hoping,
or at least showing what they were going through at the joining.
Right.
Like, yeah, right. At least a little, at least as much as not about Carol. You know what I mean? We don't.
Yeah, just like a montage or something at the beginning, just like
even Rocky had a montage.
I'm trying to look up exactly, but I do believe that at the dinner table, what's his name? Rufy. What's his name?
Nope, that's his name.
Yeah, Rufy McPimpenstein.
Rufy Fleshlight.
Yeah, I believe his friends do call him Rufy. It's for a separate reason, but it all
Roofie,
works.
no.
It's like
You're more likely to end up on the floor.
it's because his Rufio stunt guy when he was a kid, but it just happens to fit.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
But she does. What's her name? Liaison, not Carol.
Zosha.
No. What's her name? Nosa.
Zosha, the
I think
Carol's her liaison.
yeah.
Okay, her name's Zosha.
The
Yeah,
one
and
who
Zosha.
the one who very clearly doesn't want to get fucked but isn't allowed to say no.
Right.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, yeah. So I think that if I'm not mistaken, she says that they'd like to be. He says, so y'all are vegetarian. And I think she says they'd like to be.
Okay.
We'd
She
like
gives
to
a lot of non-answers.
non-answer answers, man. And I don't like that shit. And that's why I'd be like, that's why they not asking the right questions, in my opinion. Because there's too many non-answers for me to just let it go. Okay, now, bitch, you gave me 3 non-answers. 15 minutes ago. That's cool. I was gonna let you slide. But
It's like in the fantasy world where the Fae aren't allowed to lie, but they speak in such like twisted fucking ways you never know what the truth is.
exactly, it's like dealing with Puck. I feel like I'm gonna fucking
He's a
midsummer
Fae.
night screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting the way that they're setting
Welcome
up
to
all
Alderaan.
that,
Sorry.
especially with Carol. With the hive minds telling Carol that they can't harm her, and obviously with all the vegetarian stuff, so it brings up the question: if they can't harm anyone, but they want her to assimilate, they can't really force her to, right? If she says, "I don't want you to do that," if she's like, "I don't want you to do that," they're like, "Well, shit, we already."
But they don't
expect
see
you."
that as harm.
But if you're forcing her to do something that she's not, is that not harmful?
Well, but you know what? I don't think she'll. I think their idea is that it'll get to a point where she won't have a choice. It'll just happen.
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's kind of what happened with the rest
they're
of them.
going to do something that she doesn't want very soon, at least in their mind.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do that. So I think that in that what you're just mentioning is that they saying, I can't harm you. Like, so if you tell me to do something that harms you, I can't do it. Right. And if it's something that I want to do, like a goal that I want to acquire, and I can't go through you, I have to go around you. Thing is, of going around somebody, you still might end up hurting them, right? So if I go around you and remove the chair that you were gonna sit under, and then you bust your goddamn head open, I didn't push you down. I didn't, kill you. You laid back and bust your head on the ground, right? And
Why did you jump on all those bullets I shot?
And to me, that's the kind of their justification that this species that has been grown in a lab, I guess, has. Because I got a question for y'all about that. Like how did this happen? But the species is trying to justify jumping from body to body by saying, hey, I didn't know that old girl had a bad pacemaker and it was gonna fuck it up. I ain't know old girl was gonna fall and hit her head and bust a dome open and roll down the street, and then a dog start biting her head while she's unconscious, shaking her. I didn't know she was epileptic.
But they're also all about the free will, because otherwise, why let her drink when that's harming her?
Well, like, why not? If it's also hunky dory, if everything you're trying to present to me is so cool, why not just get on the news after you took 2-3 bodies and you say, hey man, why don't y'all just come on down? We'll be over here every Tuesday. Y'all can just come through, get you some of this good happy virus.
Yeah.
Get you some of this HP.
Yeah, because they're even like, well, the military found out, so we had to go fast.
Right. I'm saying if it's so good, then
That
why
sounds
not?
like an invasion.
Yeah, this is sounding a lot more.
Hold on,
like
Jeff did like this. It smelled like an invasion in here, y'all.
I don't know about
It's
that.
poop again.
Somebody walked in here with some invasion on the bottom of their
He
foot.
called this shit poop.
Carol lets Zosha go along with horny creep fest, dude. But then she protests.
I protest.
And basically jumps in front of a commercial jet to stop.
Basically, Alex.
I'm-
Basically, I mean, you've never done an overestimation. I mean, under exaggeration as much as you just did right there.
I don't know. We
'Cause
gotta look
she
at the tape.
Dead ass. She literally jumped.
I mean, technically, she half jogged in front.
Can I ask you all a nerdy question? Since like we already
42.
we know how we feel about weird rapey dudes. We know how we feel about those guys. How do y'all think they got that shot? That shot was crazy.
That's pretty great.
Do you think that they put her in front of an actual like 747?
Oh, I think they went to Qatar just a couple days before, and
use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen.
That's probably a volume because it was a great shot, but it did look better than like a green screen, like they had to comp her in there or something like that. If it was a comp job, shout outs to that guy or gal, whoever did that. That looks
that's like a 3-month job right there.
The reason I asked is because the writer from the X-Files, he's known for doing a lot of practical stuff.
Yeah, like
they had that helicopter come down and bring that digging hoe. Remember in this episode they had the helicopter bring down and they had the camera shot from the angle of the and so that was all practical.
I do remember that. That was a hoe. Faux show.
Yeah. Hey, he said, look, I don't know where you do it from, but I'm gonna tell you where I do it from.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Yes, thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
Over here talking bad about my future ex-wife.
That was the trailer for the next episode after Zosha and Carol reunite.
Oh God, he could totally ask one of them to dress up like her. Oh.
I'm sure there's someone in the harem who looks just like
Why is it a harem? We just gonna let her say harem, and now we just go.
Well, a couple of things. One, is it a harem if they just don't have brains, or is it just fembots with like lower OS? Second, how were the other 5 just absolutely fine with the fact that he's basically just vaping these women nonstop?
Hold on.
None of them had an issue with that at all.
Hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
Did you just say? Just let me back. You said that he is basically vaping these women.
I think he's.
As it, I'm asking what you say. Like
I did
to inhale a vape.
I did because I don't think we could say the other word.
Okay.
The YouTubes. I think he's unconsensually giving them adult hugs.
Good. You know what?
Yeah, that is interesting that the other 5 didn't, other than Ray Seahorn, just were not phased at all by the fact that he's just assaulting these women. Like
I said, different sides of the globe and whatnot. I mean, America does. I'm not saying that this is right or wrong. Well, I am saying it's wrong, but I'm not saying.
Thank you.
No, what I'm saying is even age different. That
brings up my question.
Like child marriages,
age of consent,
marriages. Not just that, but legal consent rights ages.
Age of consent.
It's like 14 years old in France or some shit like so.
Well, how about this? Carol's whole thing was like, "Oh, well, I'll ask your son about gynecology." What if creepy fuck doll guy was attracted to tiny humans and was like, hey, that's my Tuesday.
Yeah. What if her son become his Tuesday?
Yeah, and it could have. And
what if they go to Neverland Ranch?
It could have and could go to a very dark place, because this is just basically a few hours into this guy running the world, and he's already bored enough to be like, I don't want this girl now.
He technically doesn't run the world.
Well, he technically does not, but he
just was the one who was smart enough. No, he was just the one smart enough to ask for the Air Force One.
Bro, he's got the nuclear football.
But it doesn't work anymore. It's like having an actual football. No, remember, old girl said that they cut all that shit off. Like they took over. Those are the first things that they took over, and all of that, by the way, nuclear stuff. All of our nuclear stuff is worked on fucking floppy disks and shit, because they don't want it to be connected to the internet for a good reason. But so I'm just saying, all it really takes is someone just not being there.
Okay, but at least update the floppies, man.
I'm just saying, just for anyone who's out there, all anyone has to do where's my camera? Oh, it's just there's only one camera. All anyone has to do is just stop being around those motherfuckers, and no nuclear weapon will go off anywhere. That's all it has to happen.
Well, wait, no. If no one's watching any of the nuclear or anything, then every power plant becomes a nuclear weapon eventually.
No. I meant like where the warheads are, where the weapons go. Like,
I think someone needs to at least still be watching them and making sure it's not like this one's getting hot for some reason.
Oh no, those are different. It's different. It's different. It's different.
I luckily don't know enough about nuclear warheads.
Check out my nuclear warhead episode on the Gotham Gazette coming soon.
we just see sirens in the background.
And that's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, sorry.
Well, I just gotta thank everybody for joining us with this conversation. It's been.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Have you ever watched a movie from your childhood and thought it doesn't quite hold up like you remember? Well, then you would enjoy our bi-weekly series, Does It Hold Up?, where we revisit classic genre films with a special guest to help us determine if it is as good or as bad as we remember. It's a whole lot of fun, so you should check it out.
Please check out the Drunk Bantha channel. They clearly are ready for being seen at a higher level.
Back to the show.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching the show, joining the conversation about Pluribus. Let us know what you thought of these first two episodes, and feel free to join us next week when we cover episode 3. Jeff, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
Well, thank you for asking. They can try and Skype me, Don Cheadle's Driveway at littledickie2.com. It's because of the hackers. You can find Jeff Madel on Facebook at MadelJeff on Instagram, but as usual, the easiest way is to just be here on Monday nights, guys.
Yeah, he told you right. Show you right.
This is true. Where can the people find you on the interwebs, Bill?
Man, you can find me right here every Monday and every Thursday at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. 8:15 p.m. Pacific time. Right here on the Bantha Bunch podcast. I mean, the Bantha Bunch podcast. The Drunk Banthas podcast on Mondays and the Bantha Bunch show on Thursday.
That is right. Thank you for
and also check us on Drunk Bantha's Letterboxd and all that stuff that he's about to say.
Yeah, exactly. The podcast, we do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, but don't forget to like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until the next time, stay safe, my little cotton swabs, and may the force be with you.
And also with you.